is a sports catastrophe special presentation. Hey there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diving and welcome you to another sports catastrophe poker players KW season 3 video. So we finished up the regular season with 10 competitors into the final and 10 competitors into a wildcard game to get 4 spots into the wildcard. Well, the 4 wildcard spots to get into the finals. So hopefully things can be broken. So anyway, I will go over each person's elimination and bring you the stuff of the 4 people who are in the competition and all that. So stay tuned. So the tournament started at 7:45 Eastern Time on May the 5th. The Revenge of the Sith Day, if you will. And hopefully some Sith Lords could have revenge on people who ruined them. The first elimination didn't happen for 46 minutes, as the clicker was the first elimination, as John Hawkins took him out with a pair of kings versus a pair of queens. So basic strategy, and clicker got taken out. So the clicker did not click on all cylinders with his wildcard game. First elimination of the tournament, scored by John Hawkins, eliminating Clicker, time 8:31. Hawkins eliminates Clicker at 8:31. Clicker is out, and you can click on the frustration button on your PC. Next up was Jimmer, who actually surprised everyone by taking 3rd place. I believe 3rd place or 4th place. I can't remember. But last year's final table, and basically shocking the world. You know, getting through the wildcard game himself and pulling off a top 4 finish in season 2. But unfortunately, Jimmer got taken out. He didn't have much, and a pair on the board could beat him, and he did, as McBitter took him out. So Jimmer, no sir. Second elimination of the tournament, scored by McBitter, taking out Jimmer, time 8:42. McBitter eliminates Jimmer at 8:42. So Jimmer ends up in 9th place, and Jimmer will have to basically simmer, and he's not going to be in the final table. So then it was a while. We had a break, and then it was down to 8 people for 4 spots, so 50-50 chance to qualify. After the break, No-Show Sales had a chance to try to put up some financial help, but in the end, Sales just couldn't do it. He did show up, despite his name being No-Show Sales. He showed up. He wasn't the first one, nor the second one eliminated wildcard, but he was the 3rd one eliminated, and Hawkins took him out with a pair of 9s versus a pair of 5s. So in the end, No-Show Sales didn't show his poker prowess, and he will not be in the final table. Third elimination of the match, scored by John Hawkins, eliminating No-Show Sales, time 9:07. John Hawkins eliminates No-Show Sales, time 9:07. So basically, he won't have to show up for the final, for sure. So next up on the list, well, it was now you had a 57% chance of qualifying for the final, 4 out of 7. And, you know, it was basically anybody's game in a sense. But in the end, the guy who bullied 2 of the 3 people out of the wildcard game as is ended up taking a terrible, terrible beat from Hockey Dad. So he was weakened. And Krista, out of nowhere, took him out with pocket rockets, pair of aces versus pair of 2s. Hawkins had no chance, and we all thought Hawkins was playing possum. He competed in week 1, but the other 5 weeks he didn't compete for the gamblers. But unfortunately, I guess practice had to make perfect, and he wasn't really around for when it counted, and I guess the cards just did not go his way. Fourth elimination of the tournament, scored by KMFS Krista, taking out John Hawkins, time 9:18. Krista, eliminating John Hawkins, time 9:18. So basically, playing possum sometimes doesn't work. And hopefully he does better with his thinking for next season when it comes in the summer. So after that elimination, it took about 10 minutes before sixth place had to be determined. And it was Ryan I Hate Humans, who basically had a golden chance to maybe sneak into the bubble in week 6, but I personally took him out, ruining his chances, putting him in the wild card game. So anyway, Humans had a chance. Both had pair of 4s on the board, I guess, and then the kicker kicked in. Ace beats. I don't know what Humans had, but anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? Fifth elimination of the tournament, scored by McBitter, taking out IA Humans at 9:28. McBitter taking out IA Humans at 9:28. So basically, Ryan's got to hate himself, not just humans. Well, I guess a human did eliminate himself. McBitter is a human after all. So it was now down to 5. All right, so now you had an 80% chance to qualify. And after 7 minutes, there was an elimination. It was down to Hockey Dad, it was down to Cutter, it was down to J Palm, it was down to Krista, and it was down to McBitter. Looking at it, you'd probably think that J Palm would be the guy eliminated, or myself, that being Cutter. But no, it was neither of us. It was Hockey Dad. He was doing so well, and then he faltered a few hands later. I gotta add that I kind of had a hand in it because I had a pair of queens, and I decided to go all in for the heck of it because I'm like, I need to be aggressive. And then all of a sudden, Everett decides to call. Unfortunately, everyone knows that me and him are brothers, and I'm like telling Everett, don't do it, don't do it. But then I'm thinking to myself, maybe he has some kind of plan up his sleeve. He had a pair of 10s. I was hoping for no 10 because a 10 would sink me. But the 10 did not come. And basically, I doubled up at the expense of my own brother. Ed was unfortunately weakened, and both him and Krista had a pair of jacks, but a kicker, the ace kicker, if you will, kicked Ed out of the tournament. So it was Krista who eliminated Ed. 6th elimination, scored by Krista, eliminating Hockey Dad Ed at 9:35. Krista eliminates Hockey Dad Ed at 9:35. So after an hour and 50 minutes of play, it was now time to crown the final 4 members in the WoW, who are now in the final tables. So basically, that's just what happened. So it's down to 4. With me, with not so much chips, and of course I'm low end of the totem pole of the 4 of us, with J Palm, Krista, and McBitter, I decided, what the fuck, I'll just, I have nothing to prove. So I'm like, you know what, I'll go all in, fuck a chicken nugget. So I did. And of course I got eliminated by McBitter. He had 2 pairs of 10s and 2s. I had 2 pairs 9 and 2s. But I did qualify for the final tables, so I had nothing to prove. And you always want the fans wanting more. So that's what I did. I wonder how many fans I have. But regardless. So anyway, it is now time for the announcement. 7th elimination, scored by McBitter, taking out Cutter at 9:36. McBitter takes out Cutter at 9:36. So basically, I had nothing to lose and all that. I was in the top 4 like I wanted to. So happiness abound. So it's down to 3 people. And a few minutes after I got eliminated, J Palm, who did not eliminate somebody. I mean, he was doing quite well with getting hand after hand after hand, but he never eliminated anybody. So he was victimized by McBitter. It was basically McBitter having a pair, whereas J Palm didn't. I know J Palm has a pair somewhere else, but not in this tournament. 8th elimination, scored by McBitter, taking out J Palm at 9:41. McBitter takes out J Palm at 9:41. So J Palm got through it. I can't remember if he got to the final through the wild card again last year, but anyway, it doesn't matter. He's in the final tables, so that's fine by me. So it's down to the final two, Krista and McBitter. There was real money on the line because there was like, I can't remember, $40 to the winner. So they both played for Pride, and after a break and after many times at 10:10 Eastern Time, McBitter took down Krista with a pair of queens versus a pair of sixes. So McBitter puts up not one, not two, but 5 eliminations, taking down Krista, who did good herself. She got 2 eliminations, and Hawkins got the other 2 eliminations. Well, I know that PokerStars gave McBitter another elimination for eliminating himself, quote unquote, eliminating himself, if you will. But yeah, great times had by all. McBitter took out 6 people. 6 of the 10 eliminations were by McBitter, 2 by Krista, and 2 by Hawkins. So Krista did well to the end, and she pulled a rabbit out of her hat, and she will become the second girl of the final table. Final that's coming up soon. So we have a win. So we had a winner. McBitter won the wildcard game, and he's probably going to be a heavy favorite, if you will. I mean, the guy played in the group of death, the Gamblers, and did quite well. I can't remember if he got in the money last year or not. He probably did. But yeah. So the 4 people who got into the wildcard game, well, from the wildcard game to the final, it was an even split. 2 from Rounders, that would be J Palm and McBitter, and 2 from the Gamblers, Krista and myself. So it's going to be pretty much interesting. There's heavy opposition. You know, you have Dwayne, number 1 Newfoundland, among others. You have Baden Poker, Wings Rule. You have, McBitter and J Palm, Craftworks. I'm doing this without the benefit of trying to look up who got eliminated. There was someone else I can't remember from Rounders, but anyway, yeah, Gamblers has a good group. They have Master Keys Mike. They have Burr. We have DCS coming in. Rhythms, as in Dan Rhythms, the season 2 champion, and we also have, who else was there? Who was good? Man, I'm losing my head here. Who else? Oh yeah, well, Krista and myself from our group. But most important of all, we had Summer, who basically took me out and won 3 straight weeks. So Summer did pretty well for herself. Did I just say herself? Well, after posting the video to the Facebook group, like the Facebook messaging, the messenger, I got a rude, and to the Facebook group, I got a rude awakening because Summer Mullins wrote saying that, "Hey Jeff, I'm a girl, lol," and I'm like, "You're a girl?" It's actually akin to my reaction after watching the end of the Little Rascals movie in 1994, that Waldo and Darla were on a soapbox team with Alfalfa and Spanky on one of them, and then I don't remember who the bullies were and all that. But anyway, there was a fight between Darla and Waldo, and one of them was left behind in the soapbox. But we soon learned, after Waldo gets shipped away by his dad, driven away by his dad, that Darla was the one who was trying to help Spanky and Alfalfa out. And Spanky's like, "You're a girl." Oh no, wait a minute. That was the 3-time soapbox champion or whatever it is. I don't know the name, but Reba McEntire played her. And then Spanky said, "You're a girl," and all that. Well, he couldn't believe that girl saved him and Alfalfa, and then that the soapbox champion was a girl. So that forms the He-Man Women Haters Club gets reformed into Girls Welcome, and girls, like the guys from the He-Man Women's Club. But anyway, yeah, Summer shocked me by saying she was a girl. I didn't think it was a girl. And then somebody said, hey, Summer is a girl's name. And I said, well, there were names for boys and girls, so how was I supposed to know? Well, I had egg on my face. And all those videos I said about there being only one girl in the whole entire group of 20, man, I was so sickened by that. But what can you do? I have to eat crow and enjoy it. Anyway, so the finals are this Thursday, the 12th at 7:45. Can't wait for that, and can't wait to try to sneak into the top 5 like I should have done last year. But I know my odds are terrible compared to all the powerful sluggers I have to deal with, especially Summer and Master Keys. So anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Thanks for watching. I do. So after taping this, I just realized I made 2 big mistakes. Jimmer was not the one who made that powerful wildcard run into the final. That was Mikey6977. Jimmer is just Jimmer. I'm like, whoopsies. And also the name I did not mention about the finalist was IM2D. How did I not realize that after making fun of it? Making IM2D and I'm in so sleep. Boy, Jeff, you really suck. But anyway, thanks for watching.